you're doing and the thing that you just said it makes you not a true. It's like the third quarter, halfway through the third quarter, they're down by like 9 or something like that, or 11, and all of a sudden, it's the worst team in the world. Nah, that's a bad look, man. And when people start talking about who you are as a fandom, you gotta just eat that. You gotta eat it.
Yeah, you do.
You can't be like, man, that ain't fair. Speaking of, this is what I did today too. See, I did a little bit today. I just didn't do it in the way I usually do it, so I'm kind of off. But our guy, the great voice of the Hawks via TV, Bob Rathman, he tweeted this. We will hear a lot today about Pierce's three, Wall's comeback. Very little on Hawks' massive recovery and comeback in the fourth quarter. Yeah, why you worrying about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I can't lie. As I was watching ESPN this afternoon, they were talking about all these other stories, whether or not LeBron and the Cavs will be able to close out Chicago, or if Pau Gasol returning, go allow Chicago to try the series. I mean, they talked about all these different, storylines. And I did notice, and I wasn't, getting mad, but I was like, this is kind of weird. Like, the Hawks did make a major comeback last night and ended up taking the series lead. Like, it is the NBA playoffs. Like,
It is, but that was bad basketball that was played last night. That's
well,
bad
yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
Like, let's call it what it was. Like, I understand Bob is the dude. Oh, by the way, that clip I played, I got to give credit. Voice of the Hawks, Hawks Radio Network, Steve Holman, man. Sorry. Golly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear what a dude who bleeds this Hawks red sounds like doing a ball game, Steve Holman's your guy. He is your guy, 100%. Last year when we were doing the broadcast, and we had to save the highlights and stuff, we would actually also save the best of Steve Holman. When he just started getting mad and depressed, the Hawks would be up by like 20 points, and then the other team would come back. Ladies and gentlemen, the lead is gone. It is all gone. He's just he's just so depressed about it, dude. Yeah, man. Steve's he's a nice listen to. One man show, no color guys, just him. It's a good listen, man, and it's entertaining as hell if you're entertained by a grown man's despair at times. Luckily this year they won 60 games.
I can't lie.
A lot of that.
The Hawks have done a good job in getting a few guys that are absolute homers. Because Bob is a homer too, and Dominique is. If Dominique could do a whole game by himself with nobody else, like Steve, he would.
Who would?
Dominique.
You crazy as hell. That's Dominique. I believe Dominique probably wakes up in cold sweats, having nightmares about Bob not showing up. You know what I mean? That's his worst nightmare. Well, Dominique looks like he's gonna have to go it alone. What? I quit.
What?
Right. Immediately, Dominique quits on the spot. Next thing you know, it's like Mike Conti doing.
He don't go boom. He don't go boom. Goes to dynamite, does he?
Right. He's out of there. That's what I'm gonna do next week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna DM Bob Rathman because I gotta ask him about Dominique. In a respectful way, obviously. I gotta ask him what's the situation like rehearsal or preparation? What are we talking about here? Give me,
boy, you gonna get cussed out.
No, I'm just give me the behind the scenes on what goes on before you guys hit the air. Cause I'm curious how this.
You just want.
Let me know how the sausage is made, Bob.
What you think he go? What you think he gonna say? Oh yeah, I get there 2 hours early and he gets there right about 10 minutes before tip off.
I have no anticipation. I have no prediction on what he might say. I'm gonna send him a DM, probably after we're done recording tonight, and see if he'll tell him we're back doing our thing. If he would have time between games to join the show or do something pre-recorded wise. Where we can, holler at it. I'm gonna get a new little rig situation here so that we can start doing group interviews, all of us together. Well, all of us. There's only 2 of us, me and Rob and whoever the guest will be.
All of us.
Yeah, and I want to ask him that. Like, tell me, Bob. Take me behind the scenes. How is the sausage made? Like, what do you guys do to prepare for these games, film study wise, or pre-interviews with players and that sort of thing? Give me the goods, man. There's no guarantee that he'll say he'll come on, but whatever. Hopefully,
it'd be better to call him.
Hopefully,
it'd be better to call him.
But no, hopefully, what doesn't happen is he was like, "What? I follow them," and then he just unfollow us. Like he don't even know he follow us. And then like, what the hell am I doing following them?
Cause we had Bob on a few times. Yeah, come on, man.
And Bob was like, "Oh God, I don't even believe I'm following them." Unfollow. Matter of fact, and block. Mute and block.
Well, I got the phone number and the cell phone number. So,
okay, we'll
mute and block that.
Well, he actually can.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
not that home phone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll work on that, man. We'll work on trying to get the TV voice of the Atlanta Hawks on, especially if they close this thing out, man. We can talk to him about I'm already like pre-interviewing, pre-selling the interview.
Why don't we just get Nick on? Ask Nick how the sausage is made.
Because I don't want no BS answer. That's why. Like
he got the sausage made.
I don't want no answer. I don't want no answer to it at the end of the answer. I'm like even dumber than I was when I asked the question. God. Like, what the hell did he just say? Heat check. Nick, that has nothing to do with what I just asked you. See, that's bullcrap. Stop leading me into that, dude. That answer was your fault. Me saying that was your fault. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Hawks.
You know what would be awesome? This is If we can't get Bob, we should just get Jerome, the white guy named Jerome. We should just get him to.
See, I don't want to put Jerome in that situation. You know what I mean? I do want to get Jerome for though. Seriously, I want to get Jerome for Braves though for baseball. Jerome, he's a baseball head, man. Yeah, he's a baseball head.
But the reason I said that is because if you remember, at one point, Mike Glenn was doing color when Bob was doing play-by-play, and Nick was in studio with Jerome. That's how Nick initially started.
I'm not gonna put Jerome in that position. Because at the very least, me asking Bob the question, if he doesn't want to say anything about Dominique, first of all, that'll speak volumes. But then he'll just tell me about his preparation. Then okay, I get it. I can read between those lines real easily.
I get there 2 hours early. I go to shoot around.
See, you get it. Yeah, so you ask the question in a way where, without him answering, he still ends up answering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll work on that for you guys next week. And Bob is an entertaining. If you've never heard Bob be interviewed, he's very, very passionate about the team. One, and two, he's just a pro. He's a damn pro. You know what I mean? So we'll work on that for you guys. We're gonna try to do more of that for you guys, man. Get guests on and so you can hear other voices than us two damn idiots every night. I know that gets old because I get old hearing myself. I get bored hearing myself every day.
You don't even listen. You don't even listen.
I'm listening right now. That's why these headphones are on my head. See, I listen in real time, so I never go back and listen, post show or whatever, post production, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. All right, but wrapping up this whole Hawk situation, we talked about the most interesting parts of this situation where Jeff Teague wasn't in the game. Rob Sprung, he introduced me to another concept that I didn't even realize the dude, he asked to stay out of the game, which, if because we had that controversy a couple of games ago where Dennis Schroeder ends up checking Paul Pierce, who am I, Chris Webber, guarding Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce hits the game-winning shot, and DeMarre Carroll was in the game the possession prior and then wasn't. And then when Zach Klein of WSB-TV asked him why not, he made reference to something physically being wrong. But then the next day, that's right, you weren't here today. I read the Q&A that they did between DeMarre and the media, and the Q&A between Bud and the media, and the story kind of changed and it was kind of weird. But because it's the Hawks, like no one's really trying to that's a Hawks controversy. It's really nothing. That's probably as big a controversy as you're gonna get besides calling Africans we're saying Africans have a little bit too much African in them.
Right.
You know,
that's right.
like that's the controversy train don't really stop at Phillips Arena. It just kind of moves through. I mean, it just keeps on going. But now you have the same situation again where, one of the starters finds himself on the bench and presumably says, he's cool being there. They won, so you could look at that as being the ultimate team move since the dude that was in there for him made the play.
Yeah.
But, had they lost the way they did on Saturday, whatever, the narrative is a little bit different.
Saturday, they got it
Saturday, yeah. Oh, it was Saturday when all them damn folks was at my house. Sure was.
Yeah, man. It's one thing, man. Like you were talking about the two guard set, and when it works, it works. But the goddamn truth is, I just really think that they have found that dude that's going to be the point guard for the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, it's been real. I've enjoyed seeing Jeff matriculate, if you will. But I have more faith in Dennis Schroeder at 20 years old than I do at Jeff Teague at this point in his career.
And ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Teague's eulogy was just read by one Rob Calloway. He just killed Jeff Teague. R.I.P. Jeff.
Well, that's what
R.I.P.
I remember. I remember after Joe got traded. We were on the air when the trade happened, and I remember you being like, maybe like the next week, you being like, "Well, Joe's gone, so who's next? Who's next on your list?"
You know what? Thank you for doing that, because during the break, in between, you stupid. I just realized what you're talking about. Between the break, there was something else I forgot to mention that I did actually post on our Instagram at Sports Kings Live. Our Throwback Thursday today. 5 years ago today, the Atlanta Hawks fired Coach Mike Woodson, and that began the transformation that we currently here in Atlanta are enjoying. It took going through the Larry Drew era as well, and the Joe Johnson signing, and Marvin Williams and those guys. Ivan Johnson was in the building. It took going through that.
Shout out to Ivan.
To figure out it wasn't right. And now you move forward. Danny Ferry comes in, assesses the situation. Larry Drew has to go. Coach Budenholzer, lifetime assistant. No one really knows.
But what the hell, man? It's just like everywhere Larry Drew goes, it's like Drew must go. Like,
we talked about it yesterday. Some dudes are they're just for a spot, man. They have their roles in life.
It was like Jason Kidd was still coaching the Nets, and Larry Drew was with Milwaukee, and they were like, "So, Coach Drew, how do you feel about Jason Kidd coming in and taking over your team?" He was like, "What?"
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Larry,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, check your DMs on Instagram. That's how they told him. They just DM'd him.
You're out.
They sent him an Instagram post with like a gun, and it says fire.
It just said welcome, Jason.
Yeah, exactly. Had Jason Kidd
it could be like that
in a Bucks uniform, like Popovich.
Like that meme. Remember that meme somebody made like a couple weeks before Mike Stokes got fired? They had like Arthur Blank standing behind him.
Right.
With the pistol.
Yeah, you dudes are idiots. All you dudes do that are idiots. Okay, the other thing that happened at this game yesterday, Rob, early in last hour, he wanted to big up Rob Littall is his name, right?
Yeah, Littall, yeah.
Black Sports Online. Yeah. He Bruce Irvin, Bruce, the homeboy, was at the game yesterday, and because Bruce is Bruce, and because he is he's an N-word. and he trust me, he would take because he's him, he would take no offense with me saying that. He'd take it, actually, it would be prideful for him to hear that, as a matter of fact. He just went kind of off, just saying that, he'll be in Atlanta next year playing for the Falcons. That's it. I'll be there. Well, Bruce, what about if the Seattle Seahawks want to extend you? I don't care. I'm gonna be back at the crib playing ball. like, because he knows all this already. Like, come on, man. You can't be that stupid. Like, first of all,
And
you're cutting your own junk off.